Diabetes mellitus is one of the biggest health challenges in the world today. According to a report from the World Health Organization, WHO, more than 422 million people worldwide suffer from diabetes. And this number continues to increase every year. In Indonesia, diabetes is one of the main causes of death and disability. This disease not only attacks the elderly, but also children and adolescents, especially due to increasingly unhealthy lifestyle changes. This video will provide a comprehensive understanding of what diabetes is, its causes, impacts, and preventive steps that can be taken early to prevent this disease. What is diabetes? Diabetes is a chronic disease characterized by high levels of sugar, glucose, in the blood. Glucose is the main source of energy for the body, but if the levels are too high and uncontrolled, it can cause various serious complications. Diabetes occurs when the body does not produce enough insulin or cannot use insulin effectively. Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas and functions to regulate blood sugar levels. Types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes. This type usually appears since childhood or adolescence. Type 1 diabetes occurs when the immune system attacks and destroys beta cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. As a result, the body cannot produce insulin at all, and sufferers must receive insulin injections every day. Type 2 diabetes. This is the most common form of diabetes and usually develops in adults, although it is now starting to be found in children. Type 2 diabetes occurs because the body does not use insulin effectively, insulin resistance, or does not produce enough insulin. Gestational diabetes occurs during pregnancy and usually goes away after giving birth. However, women who have had gestational diabetes have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Next, prediabetes. This condition occurs when blood sugar levels are higher than normal, but not high enough to be categorized as diabetes. Prediabetes is an early warning and can be prevented from developing into type 2 diabetes. What are the causes of diabetes? The causes of diabetes vary depending on the type. Type 1, genetic and autoimmune factors. No known prevention. Type 2, a combination of unhealthy lifestyle, genetic factors, and certain medical conditions such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Gestational, hormonal changes during pregnancy that affect how insulin works. Risk factors for diabetes. Some factors that increase a person's risk of developing diabetes include a family history of diabetes, obesity or being overweight, lack of physical activity, a diet high in sugar and saturated fat, age over 45, high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and a history of gestational diabetes. Early symptoms of diabetes. Symptoms of diabetes often develop gradually and go unnoticed. Some common symptoms include frequent urination, excessive thirst and hunger, unexplained weight loss, chronic fatigue, blurred vision, wounds that are difficult to heal, repeated infections, especially in the skin and gums. Long-term impact of diabetes. Uncontrolled diabetes can cause various long-term complications including cardiovascular, increases the risk of heart attack and stroke, neuropathy, nerve damage that causes numbness and pain, nephropathy, kidney damage that can lead to kidney failure, retinopathy, impaired vision to blindness, amputation due to chronic infections that cannot be cured, lifestyle patterns that are at risk of causing diabetes, including consumption of foods high in sugar and fat, lack of exercise, smoking and alcohol consumption, irregular sleep patterns, and prolonged stress. That can be done to prevent diabetes early include the first: eat healthy foods, such as always consume vegetables, fruits, whole grains. Reduce processed foods, sugar, and excess salt. Choose healthy proteins from fish, skinless chicken, and nuts and control portion sizes. The second: exercise regularly. Physical activity for at least 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. A combination of aerobics and strength training. Light activities such as walking and cycling. The third: maintain ideal body weight. Calculate BMI and keep it within normal limits. Avoid extreme diets and choose a sustainable diet. Prevention is also carried out with routine health checks such as checking blood sugar levels regularly, checking blood pressure and cholesterol. Next, the steps to prevent diabetes with early education. Teaching a healthy lifestyle since childhood and educating families and communities about the importance of prevention. Here are case studies on the success of early prevention in various countries, including Finland, National Program for Nutrition Education and Physical Activity. Japan, requires sports and a balanced diet in schools. Singapore National Campaign, War on Diabetes, with sugar excise policies and nutritional labeling. This country has succeeded in suppressing diabetes in its country. Here are myths and facts about diabetes. Diabetes only attacks fat people. The fact is that thin people can also get diabetes, especially type 1. Myth: consuming too much sugar directly causes diabetes. The fact is that excess sugar is a risk factor, but not the only cause. Myth: diabetes cannot be prevented. The fact is that type 2 can be prevented with lifestyle changes, so it can be concluded that diabetes is a serious condition, but it is very possible to prevent with awareness and action as early as possible. Healthy eating patterns, physical activity, and regular checkups are the main keys. With a shared commitment, we can reduce the incidence of diabetes and create a healthier and more productive generation.